Good morning, everyone. Soulless Joe Survival here again. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the entertainment and potentially entrepreneurial aspect of SHTF. An opportunity that just kind of came to me after concluding watching the Walking Dead TV show. This idea came to me. I'm like, holy crap, that's kind of brilliant. Now, before I go into that idea, I just kind of want to bring to everybody's attention the power of nostalgia. As a matter of fact, I would argue that nostalgia is probably one of the biggest unspoken driving factors of humanity. I mean, if you think about it, so many of us, regardless of who you are, spend so much of our time dwelling on the past. And if an SHTF event happens, I've read a lot of these hypothetical books about SHTF, like the Patriot series, which I've mentioned in past videos by James Wesley Rawls, the 1 Second After series by William R. Forstchen. And nostalgia is something that's brought up a lot in these books. Oh man, I kind of miss this. I kind of wish, we had this. Like sometimes it's food and other times it's entertainment and things like that. And in the TV show The Walking Dead, it was also brought up, and it got my cogs going in my head, and just like, oh wow, this is potentially a really good idea for something to set aside in the future that could potentially generate some form of trade and be kind of like a citizen gathering event. And again, we spend so much time focusing our energy on nostalgia, kind of reliving the past, so much so that I would say that it's kind of just like this repeating effect that we fall into as humans, where we focus so much on the past that we miss the present, and then when the future comes, we once again find ourselves repeating that same cycle of, oh man, these times were so great, like I wish that I had that. And then it just repeats over and over again of just missing current opportunities or not living so much in the moment that it becomes a regret in the future, and you just kind of dwell on it. Anyways, to the point. So watching the TV show The Walking Dead, there is a episode, quite possibly episodes, I don't remember if it was spread over the course of a few episodes. I think it was, actually, where the characters in, I believe it was the Kingdom settlement, were trying to get into this theater to get a bulb for a projector. And they were willing, very literally, to sacrifice their lives fighting against these zombies, potentially dying, just to get a bulb so that they could watch movies again, just so that they could watch cartoons. I mean, that is the power of nostalgia. Think about it. I mean, let me kind of paint audibly a scenario for you. It's SHTF. Winter time has passed. Growing season has passed. It's been a long, sweaty, hot day's work. Everybody in the community is out working some sort of job, not like the jobs that we currently find ourselves working at, whether it be McDonald's or a factory or an office and whatnot, wondering about an uncertain future. We are now living in this uncertain future. It's all sweat of the brow sort of work. All of us have some sort of task, whether, again, it be working out in the fields, getting weeds, working primitive techniques and gathering water, filtering water. Things that we currently right now take for granted is just not something that we have. So again, it's been a long day, a hot day, sun's going down, and in the distance, in what is the agreed upon new town center, you see some LED mixed Christmas lights kind of turn on, and just some quiet music playing. And, this is kind of a rare spectacle. Electricity, people do have their propane generators, their gas generators, their solar generators. However, it's something that is preserved. They don't obviously want to use it willy-nilly. And so the curiosity of this spectacle gets you curious, so you decide to go and investigate it. And as you approach, there's kind of like a small fenced off area similar to what you might see at a movie theater, just like those little short metal barriers. And again, as you approach, you see the LED Christmas lights, you hear the music, kind of like a festival music inviting you in, and more people are gathering around. It is something that is just reminiscent of a time that was lost years ago when we still had electricity like we currently do now. And you see a projector turn on. And as you go and approach, there's a entry gate, and there's somebody who you've worked with in the past and done some trade with in the past, kind of manning the gate, so to speak. And you ask him what's going on here, and he says, "Oh, well, I got my old movie projector out. We were able to round up a couple of sheets. We've got a pretty decent screen set up. Got some speakers set up. We've got it running off of this solar generator here, this relatively average wattage solar generator. We're going to be running through some movies tonight. Community's choice, community's pick." And you're like, "Oh, wow, that's awesome. I'd like to be a part of that." And he says, "All right, well, if you'd like to enter, it's going to cost you. It's nothing super crazy, just whatever you can spare. We've got little donations baskets here." Most people are just kind of donating some odd ammo. Some people are donating seeds. I run a co-op store where I turn and retrade these to the community, to people who need them. Some people are donating multivitamins. Some people are donating food storage. Again, ammunition, 22 rounds, things like that are used in small game hunting are the most popular stuff. So if you've got anything like that, just give what you can. You know, you don't have to be overly generous about it, but I mean, I am using my generator to run this, so I mean, obviously it's not free for me to run. So you go in and sit down. It's been years since you've seen a movie. And you've got just that smell of the fresh cut grass. Somebody who had previously run over this field with one of those old push rotary lawnmowers, because gas is something that people are just really starting to hoard at this point in time, as you don't really want to use your dwindling supplies. So people have gone back to some of those older techniques of doing things. And as you look around, you've got the Christmas lights still overhead, the LED lights. You see a variety of people sitting in lawn chairs. Some people are sitting on logs. Other people are just laying down on the grass, enjoying the feel of it, enjoying the atmosphere of this moment, kind of reliving the past. And in a few minutes, the lights turn out, the music shuts off, the screen glows to life, and for the next few hours, community picks. Everybody starts to just go through and enjoy some old classic films of the time. And after a little while, kids are sent home, sent to bed, and the adults were watching John Wick. Anyways, jokes aside, yeah, I think that is potentially a brilliant idea. So after watching this Walking Dead episode again, where they were willing to sacrifice their lives potentially to go and get this bulb just to watch cartoons, like on the surface it might seem ridiculous, but again, nostalgia is an extremely powerful driving factor, and until you've been deprived of something and you haven't been able to enjoy that for such a long time, like, you might be willing to give just about anything to go back and sit down and watch a movie. And I mean, think about how powerful of a community bonding event that could be. I did some research, I Googled it, and the average wattage on a projector is anywhere between 200 to 300 watts. And let's say that you've got just like an EcoFlow Delta, one of the newer models, 1,000 watt hours. That'll run up one of those projectors for about 3.5 hours. That's awesome. And if you've got one of the more beefy generators like the 2400 watt hours or the 3600 watt hours. You could run that for a very considerable length of time. Sorry, tongue twist there. I mean, think about that. Right now, as we're putting aside our beans, our water storage, our bullets, and things like that, don't forget about entertainment. Because, I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of manual labor. Yes, this is true. However, there's going to be a lot of downtime. There's going to be times where you're going to want to sit down, watch a movie. You're like, oh, crap, maybe I should have stocked up on some DVDs or Blu-rays or things like that. And again, think about this in an entrepreneurial, if that's the correct word, I'm not a wordsmith, sense. If you're able to get a projector now and get a decent setup, you got your speakers, you get like some low wattage LED lights, things like that, you could potentially create like this outdoor theater and it could generate you trade. You could get people who would be willing to give you like set amount of bullets, ammunition, 22 rounds, 308, those sorts of things that are used in hunting, arrows, potentially food storage. Probably going to want to steer clear more of the perishable goods, seeds. You might want to look into coffee. Man, I would I'd eat my shoe for coffee if it came down to it. Not really. Yeah, that'd be silly. I'm stocking up on coffee, so I don't have to worry about that. But I mean, and then you could turn around and use those items that you get as an entry to this outdoor theater and start like a local co-op, trade, and just like generate, gold, silver, more stuff for yourself, and be just like this local just oasis in a desert, so to speak, for people who, hadn't really thought about getting this stuff now, and they might have more gold and silver, but they might not have food and stuff. There's going to be a lot of opportunity when shit hits the fan. So that's just something to think about. Anyways, I thought I would share that with you. I thought that was a pretty brilliant idea. Sorry. No, not really sorry. It's my channel. If you don't like it, go away. Anyways, if you enjoy this sort of content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining in today. Soulless Joe Survival out.